You think it's gonna move? Push the button.
Hello! How are you? Listen to the sound of my people!
I love this big beautiful thing. I'm sick, so don't give me no grief. I can't talk either.
Your bull over here's curious.
He's like, what are you guys doing? Why haven't you got me no girlfriends yet? It is looking majestic today. The way the light hits the 12-valve Cummins and the Mustang is almost heavenly. What we need to do today is get this car from on the lift to moving underneath its own power. What needs to be done to do that? A lot. Yeah, a lot. We've got to figure out a wiring system, which, you know, we'll just hook a couple jumper wires everywhere and hook it all up. No, don't worry. We will wire it right. Dom, grab the electrical tape. After we do that, we're going to go ahead and just install the stock exhaust manifold and the stock turbo back on it. Do not worry, guys. That is not how it's going to stay. I've got a couple surprises for turbos. A couple. For version 1, we're just going to see if we can make this car move with the stock exhaust, the stock turbo, and all that jazz. After we do that, we've got to hook the radiator up, hook the intercooler up, figure out some stuff with the air ride, and then adjust the seat, get the steering wheel in the right position, and drive it. There's probably about 300 things on that list that I'm forgetting, but all of that stuff will just become weeks on the floor when I forget to hook something up.
So I gotta be honest, the portico is not hanging today.
Porticool just takes you from nice dry heat to a very uncomfortable, halfway cool swamp ass. Say it's very nice if you're standing right in front of it, but if you're not standing right in front of it, it's awful. So I come up with a solution. And that right there is a solution to us being too hot. The biggest window air I could find that will fit in that window, which will blow nicely on our rears while we're working on the Mustang.
I can work on this thing forever now.
Really?
Well, it depends how cold it blows.
That's very good. I can live with that. Oh God, that's so much better. We're gonna stand here in very deep thought about how to put this car together. The thought is gonna be, damn, if this air conditioner was just a little closer to that car, we'd get so much work done. You remember high school homework? That is what wiring is like. I hate wiring, if I'm honest. What we are going to do right now is the wiring on this car. So first off, I would like for the engine to start and run off the push button for the factory Mustang.
As you can see, it's not working.
Yeah, as you can see, I hit the button and no Cummins roar, so we got a problem there. That is gonna take a lot of trickery to trick the Ford computer into thinking that there's an actual engine into this car. The problem is, I don't have a key to this car. I lost the key to it at some point, or I think it got...
No, I have it. You sat on it. It's crushed.
No, never mind. It might be over here. Yep, that's all that's left of the key.
Yeah, that's a very nice key, Westen.
The key does not work, so we can't even power up the PCM. So for right now, we're gonna hook it to this switch panel. Every switch you flip on adds about 15 horsepower. And also, when chicks get in here and you hit the button, you just look cool. You're like, no, why couldn't it just be done? What seems like probably like 30 to 45 seconds for you guys has actually been like 4 or 5 hours of wiring. We've got the fuel solenoid wired, we've got the starter wired, we've got the air compressor wired. We've pretty much got everything that we need to get wired. Now I don't have fuel solenoid plugged in because I don't want to fire it up because I don't want to smoke us out of the shop right now. So we're just gonna do a try crank, see how it works. Okay, ignition on, and it's so different feeling it crank inside because the whole car rocks back and forth. This is epic. I just had to crank it one more time. Our air compressor still works, all of that stuff works, and look, we're building air and holding air on that. Oh, guys, I gotta admit, I don't like wiring, and also I'm sick. I can barely talk, and I'm tired. So it's like 9, 10 o'clock right now. I think me and Dom are gonna call it quits. Come back here tomorrow, put a shifter in this car, finish up an intercooler, and maybe we'll try to drive this thing off the lift. 1, 2, 3. Guys, it is the next day. I'm feeling a little bit better. Now I will say I am still sick, which sucks, but hopefully today we can get this car moving underneath its own power. Hey, open the door. Oh my God, okay, yes, you can come in. We've got the right brackets that we need for our Chrysler transmission pulled out. The problem is our transmission has this really nice, big, thick oil pan on it to keep it cool and to especially drag the ground when we do wheelies, but it won't fit on there because we've got these nice big fins here on the side of the block, or on the side of the pan. So what we might have to do is take either and trim this or that for this to fit. I'm thinking we need to trim that because I think if we trim this, we're pretty much just gonna be cutting that right off. So, I don't know. We're gonna figure out exactly how to get this shifter hooked up and we'll be back to you. This is the most epic car I've ever been around, and I'm sick. What kind of sense does that make? And that is a big frog over there. Look at that frog. You guys can't see it, but it's a big frog. He jumped underneath the table. He's like that big around.
Weston wants me to look at the interior because he thinks I'm going to be very impressed.
I think you are going to be. Look.
I'm impressed. It is very good.
It does look. I didn't put the cover on it, but I almost like the way it looked without the cover. It looks more like, I don't know, crazy. But also, look at this.
You have an air conditioner.
That's an air compressor. But yeah, close enough. Oh yeah, and then look at this.
Like, it seems so epic.
I know. I got in the car when we first cranked it over last night, and the whole car. I'm like, oh my God, this is just a starter motor. Let alone when that motor actually starts. I've got a doctor's appointment to go to, and my mother wants to come. So, yeah, this should be interesting. All right, let's go.
Don't get me on there. Stop that. I think I look like a fat cow.
Longhorn.
I want a big prime rib.
Garrett, you remember how the radio used to work when we were a kid? Mom, sing the Michael Jordan song.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Sing the Andrew Jackson song.
Well, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go down.
How do you keep it out of your eyes? Is it upside down? Why has it got makeup on the inside of it?
It don't matter, just put it on.
Get your...
my phone.
You're gonna have to move that thing all the way over. The result's still in, the diet ain't worked. I'm so fat.
Well, I hope I know more about physical exam than you know about fixing cars.
Hopefully that's the case.
Does he have anything in there, Charlie?
Well, somebody look on the other side if the light's coming out.
I see light coming out the other side.
Saw a video on some girls went into some grocery store and they pulled down their panties and put the panties over his demands.
Professional opinion, would that be effective?
If they're thick enough. It won't work with a thong.
Boom, Dominator. Why are you yawning? Do you look tired or what? Oh my gosh, look at all the light we've got now. All right. So we've got the shifter done. That means we can move on to more important things. Now this is just a transmission cooler I got from O'Reilly's. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it should hold up for what we're wanting to do. So basically we're gonna go ahead and install this on the front of the car, run all the lines to the transmission real quick, and then work on mounting our intercooler. And all of that should be handled. All right, let's do it. All right, so we got our transmission cooler mounted. Dom's gonna raise it up. We're gonna put the last 2 clamps on it. Excuse me, the last 1 clamp on it. And then we're gonna hook the hoses to the transmission, and hopefully that part's done. Then we can worry about hooking up the intercooler. Tom looks like a Ghostbuster guy stuck up in a garden hose. There you go. There you go. You're doing what you're supposed to now. Now I will admit, last night I was not feeling very good. I was feeling pretty bad. But Today is the day to feel good because last time we took and got all of the intercoolers mounted up, got pretty much everything to keep the Cummins engine cool done. So we got intercooler, transmission cooler, radiator, all of that stuff finished up. We've got a lot of stuff to finish hooking up to it. Transmission cooler lines are ran, but we still got to figure out radiator hoses. We still got to figure out intercooler tubing. And the problem with all that is we're trying to put about 35 pounds of feed in a 5-pound sack. It's gonna be hard to make everything fit. We gotta somehow figure out how to get intercooler tubing from, you know, up here, and it would look easy to just take it out this hole, but take in mind there's gonna be a headlight here, so we can't do it there. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get intercoolers tubes ran. Also gotta figure out exactly how I'm gonna get radiator hoses ran. You know, all the small stuff. Seems like the last 10% takes 90% of the time. You know, I will say this car has thrown us for a lot of challenges. I mean, it's a challenging car to build. Nobody's ever done it before, so we're kind of pioneers in the age. The one thing we have been lucky with is every single problem we've come across, we've been able to solve or overcome. The radiators are officially hooked up. We have got a upper radiator hose. Yes, that is a PVC fitting, and no, I'm not doing plumbing work, but the radiators are hooked up. And they look fabulous, if I do say so myself. If you don't got a little bit of plumbing in your radiator system, it's just not right. Trust me, guys. I bet McLaren and Lamborghini do it exactly the same way.
From my shades, I'll rise from my shades.
This is the moment that you've all waited for, that I've waited for, because now it's real. There's a 12-valve engine in there, and we're actually going to try to move it under its own power. So,
Westen, there's been a 12-valve engine in it for like the last 5 videos.
I know, but you know, mostly it was just sitting there. Now it's actually most of the way hooked up.
Okay, let's get back to it.
Okay, now that we're back to it, it is time. Let's see if this car will actually move under Cummins power. Go back up with the lift for a second. Just to... Do you think it's gonna move?
Of course.
Let's hope. Let's hope power-driven diesel's transmission holds up.
Well, if it starts, it'll move.
Momentarily difficulties. We'll be right back. Probably lost fuel prime from the last time we had it running. So
That's just what I was getting ready to say.
is it really?
Yeah.
Boom!
If we have to take then replace the starter, that looks like a hard job to do.
I don't think you can actually do it with it in the car.
Once designed, we're gonna take the engine out of his car to put a starter on it.
The end of this video is gonna be like, well, maybe it'll move. Oh, well. No, we're good.
Oh well.
Ah, it's hot. All right, guys, I'm just gonna skip in the video, and the next moment you see it, it's going to start. Watch the next moment they see it. Well, guys, we can't get it started. Okay, push the button. The cabin's full of smoke, the trunk's full of diesel, but it moves. I'm so happy. It moves. That 10 feet is a big deal to me. It's a big deal. Anyway, guys, that's where we're going to end the video. If you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And now that we got the car off the lift, we have to move a lot of stuff around, and maybe we can get the Raptor out to get it to paint. Yeah, we can't get it out that door. The only door we can take it out is that one right there, which the Smoke-Stang was on, and that's the reason we couldn't get it out. So we'll be back to the Raptor shortly. We're going to keep working on the Smoke-Stang. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not already. I am going to bask in my glory.